on the ground. Pausing was such a profound experience that I must share my story. I am here to help you give yourself permission to take a pause and lead a more fulfilled and satisfying life. There are ways we can avoid allowing ourselves to become burned out as quickly as we often do. There is a way to turn the tide. It is the power of pause. Pause for 10%. 10% of all author royalties are donated to Possum nonprofits annually. Chapter 1. Training for Peak Performance. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I began my business career in the fall of 1995. For 3 years, I lived right across from beautiful, historic Prospect Park in Windsor Terrace, Brooklyn. Every morning, I commuted 1 hour into Midtown Manhattan. There, the skyscrapers kiss the sky, and tourists crane their necks to see how far a building climbed. My office was housed in the same address as Radio City Music Hall, the same place that the leggy Rockettes called home. Next door was Rockefeller Center, and my favorite spectacle, the Rockefeller Center ice skating rink. My lunch hours were filled watching skaters glide by the golden statues. I felt injected with inspiration. I had launched myself into the orbit of international business. I dwelled in the heart of New York City at the age of 23. On all counts, I had made it. Despite this success, I felt like something was lacking in my daily routine. Every night, I came home feeling unfulfilled. At a certain point, the routine of riding the F train, stepping into my office, spending weekends partying away my hard-earned cash, and coming home to an apartment full of roommates didn't seem all that rewarding. I felt like I had more I was meant to do. Something was missing. The following spring, I signed myself up for a rowing club, a lifelong passion and sport I had excelled at before moving to New York. I found myself gunning for the national team, rowing daily in the quiet dawn for the New York Athletic Club. We'd meet the sun and watch the morning sky unfold in velvet stripes of pinks and yellows. Without even knowing it, I found my first pause in rowing. It happened between every stroke, in between breaths, and before, during, and after my workout. As a rower, I paused all the time. Rowing taught me how to be present, no matter what was in store for me. I held on to that feeling throughout my day, excited to do it all over again the next morning. Falling back in love with rowing helped me realize that I wanted more out of my working life. I wanted to feel the same passion in the office. I realized I longed to join the internet industry and found a new job at a promising startup called DoubleClick. Fast forward a few years. Once again, I found myself longing for more. I transferred to the San Francisco DoubleClick office after 10 years in New York City. It was time for a change. I was fixated on the city's beauty, lifestyle, and technology hub. 3 years later, Google acquired the company. All seemed well on both the career and the personal front. I met my boyfriend Doug 9 months after I moved to San Francisco. A few months later, I bonded with a small group of girlfriends from a women's leadership class who became lifelong allies. My success was now bicoastal. I felt grateful and content to live the life I had created. My lifestyle continued this way for 5 years, but I was hungry for a new challenge at work. Like so many other newly minted MBAs, I wanted to manage people. I wanted to make a difference in not just the work I was doing, but in other people's lives. I decided to go after a job to manage a customer support team working with advertisers on one of our company flagship products. Hitting a wall. After 6 months leading